Welcome to the show. I am Rushion McDonald, the host of Money Making Conversations Masterclass, where we encourage people to stop reading other people's success stories and start planning their own. Listen up as I interview entrepreneurs from around the country, talk to celebrities, and ask them how they are running their companies, and speak with nonprofits who are making a difference in their local communities. Now sit back and listen as we unlock the secrets to their success on Money Making Conversations Masterclass.
The interviews and the information that this show provides are for everyone. It's time to stop reading other people's success stories and start living your own. My next guest is a graduate of Morgan State University, that's in Baltimore, Maryland area. She has revolutionized scalp care, that's hair care, with her innovative braid, lock, and scalp refreshing wipes. That's WIPES, wipes. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation Masterclass, Kiana Pearson. Kiana, did I say your name correctly?
You did.
Thank
Hello,
you.
How are you?
And I was in the room, Kiana Pearson. Because I know it's important to get the name right. My name is Rushion McDonald. And Lord have mercy. How many people have said my name right before they say it right correctly now?
Listen, I understand. And
Good.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great. First of all, Morgan State University. Why Morgan State University, my friend? HBCU grad.
Well, I come from a family who embodies Black culture.
Okay.
And so I have an older sister who was searching for an HBCU herself.
Mm-hmm.
So once it was time for me to pick my college, I remember going around to the different HBCUs. And I knew that I wanted to stay close to home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mommy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it was either Howard, Morgan, Coppin State, or at the time we had Sojourner Douglas. And I knew Morgan was for me. Once I crossed that bridge, I said, you know what? Go Bears. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, go do it. All ideas happen, sometimes they come to you spontaneously. Sometimes you just been kind of like living the life and you kind of like figure out what you're doing. Your product that deals with braids, that deal with locks, that deals with maintenance, that deals with cleanliness. How did this idea come about? And give everybody the exact name of your product.
Okay, so my product is Braid Lock and Scalp Refreshing Wipes. The company itself is Trust Clean. And this wasn't actually a quick get-rich scheme. This wasn't like an episode of Martin where I came into some money and I was forced to start a business. It wasn't like rent a spoons,
Mm-hmm. Right.
I wasn't forced to start a business. I never sought out to be an entrepreneur,
okay,
especially in the hair care industry.
Why you say that? Why you say especially in the hair care business? Was it so competitive? What is it?
Yeah, it's oversaturated, right?
Okay.
It's an oversaturated market. It's dominated by non-Black males
mm-hmm.
targeting Black women,
mm-hmm.
Which is a problem in itself.
Right.
So again, it wasn't something that I sought out. This was actually to fulfill a personal hair care need for myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember years ago hugging a coworker, and I wouldn't forget that smell. I remember the smell of her hair. There was an odor. Mm-hmm. And so after that point, I was extremely conscious of what my hair smelled like.
Right.
And so I tried many products that just really wasn't living up to their claims.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized in order to get rid of...
So how were you taking care of your hair before you had the product? You had that moment, woo, I sure hope my hair don't smell like hers. So what were you doing? First of all, before you became conscious and aware of that, that's not the smell you want to put off. What were you doing to take care of your hair? And what hairstyle were you wearing at the time, or were still wearing?
Always braids.
Always braids. Mm-hmm.
So braids is a part of my lifestyle.
Okay.
I also come from a family of lock wearers. And so at the time, there weren't a lot of products out there specifically for braids and locks.
Right.
We had refreshing sprays. And for me, the idea of masking a scent by putting a fragrance on something, it was a no-go for me.
Right.
That's
like not taking a shower and putting on deodorant. Right. Girl, boy, why you putting the shower in my I'm just going, I put the deodorant, I'll take a shower later. Okay, really? Okay.
Exactly.
Right. I understand exactly what you're saying now. Mm-hmm.
And so I realized that in order to, get rid of that odor and to make sure that I was in the presentation that I wanted to be, I said, but you got to cleanse your scalp on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I realized that I needed to cleanse my scalp on a daily basis and needed to find something that was quick, that was actually effective, I created a prototype.
Okay.
And I started using natural products, and I would put them in different types of wipes that necessarily wasn't what I wanted. So I created what I wanted.
Now, did you go to like sometimes they have these little chem scientists, food scientists, people you can go to and they can help you develop your product, or you just did all this in your kitchen?
I did it all in my kitchen. I am
go girl, you go girl.
Thank you very much. I'm going to pat myself on the back. We tested the product for 2 years to make sure that its safety was up to par, make sure that its shelf life was going to hold up.
Wow.
And we did it.
So when I'm not trying to get into your product, but I get a lot of people on the show, and I really admire entrepreneurs, sitting in that kitchen, grinding and becoming scientists, and trusting their thoughts and becoming a guinea pig, or family members becoming a guinea pig, whether eating their food, or in this case, the hairstyles. So as I'm just going to talk about, I've worn, when I had hair, my hair braided up, I was trying to look good. And so the whole purpose of getting in a shower and just kind of running water, that's not the way to go about doing it. That's just defeating the purpose or trying to. So that's where we are running into a problem of maintaining that look, but also a refreshing smell. That's what you're talking about here with your product, correct?
Exactly. So when it comes down to braids and locks, of course, we want to protect our timely, costly investment. It costs so much. It takes so long to actually get the style itself. We want to make sure our style and our crown is always on point. And so you see people running from rain because they don't want our hair to start frizzing up. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to washing, it is also time consuming. Not the washing itself, but drying it. You have to make sure that it's properly dried, or then there's a new smell on top of it, that mildewy smell. And so we don't want to submerge our hair as often because we really don't even have the time.
Right.
We're parents. We have careers. Sometimes we're working out, or we're just leaving a restaurant that's not properly vented, or a cigar lounge. And we're moving to the next place. And so sometimes we don't have that time to actually wash it. So my product was created for a busy lifestyle when traditional washing wasn't an option.
Right. Now, in your credit, it said the first Black woman-owned hair wipe company specifically designed for braids and locks. Let's go back to that first Black woman-owned. We know how dominant Black women are in the hair care business. How are you the first?
So, again, and it's still that the concept of wiping your hair to cleanse it is completely new.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that in disbelief. I'm just saying it's like, that means there's a section of this industry that sells us products that push a lifestyle on us, but don't care about the end results. That's what comes out of my mind. Where you are a person who lived the lifestyle, care about it, and then the light bulb went off that you can design something that works and will benefit the masses, which is the Black community. Am I right in that direction?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay. Do you get mad when did that make you mad?
It didn't make me mad because again, I wouldn't be here if we didn't have that dilemma. So when I actually was looking for some wipes myself for my hair, I found wipes, but more so for women of other cultures.
Right.
So they had serum wipes. So it wasn't necessarily to cleanse the scalp and promoting,
which is really key, right?
Nourishing the hair follicles. Oh, big time. we create so many of our own issues when it comes down to the scalp. The seborrheic dermatitis, the dryness, and the dandruff. We use so many products, so the excessive oil and dirt buildup. We use a lot of edge control. We got to lay our baby hairs down.
Oh, yeah. I know about that, the baby hair. Okay. Now, let me tell you.
And that buildup creates issues.
Now, Tress Clean. That's Tress Clean. TRESS Clean. How did the name Tress? Because that's a tongue twister for me. Tress Clean. How did that title of the business product come about?
Well, Tress is usually equated to your hair.
Yes. Okay.
And so, of course, I wanted to make sure that we were focusing on what the product was for.
Right.
Cleansing your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them all together, and it was like, voila. That was my renaissance.
Kiana, voila. Were you in a room when you did the voila? I hope you didn't do that in public. Voila. Told y'all.
Listen, I do voila in public. I have meetings in my head wherever I am. I'm like, listen, don't you see me in the meeting? I'm talking to myself right now.
Tress Clean stands out in the $26.1 billion natural hair care industry by focusing on natural, non-toxic ingredients. Now, it's really interesting how the natural hair industry has exploded, because of, recently, Congress has passed laws have been passed where, women can, especially women of color, can wear their hair to work and not be stigmatized or stereotyped by the employer or their supervisors, and which has allowed for this industry to really take off. And am I correct in my assessment that has really benefited and also created a need for Tress Cleans?
Absolutely. So we already have that stereotype that braids and locks are low maintenance, unkept, and unprofessional. So, of course, they did create laws, the Crown Act, to allow us to eventually start wearing our braids and locks in our professional lifestyles. And so I, again, wanted to make sure that I had a way to have the maintenance that was easy enough on a daily basis.
Let me ask you, Karen, because you said, Rushion, I've been a braid person all my life, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Talk to me about your journey in this lifestyle, because I'm sure, other people have said, assumed, stereotyped you. Have you felt that you were placed in uncomfortable situations, whether by employees or employers or your coworkers, or because of your hairstyle?
Oh, of course, all the time.
Wow.
So a few times I would embrace my natural hair and I would wear it straight. Sometimes I would wear weaves prior to only wearing braids. Mm-hmm. And of course you would have the comments of, I like your hair better when it was curly. I like your, and not curly in regards to my natural hair, in regards to me wearing, a weave. Let me just say that, for lack of better words.
Right.
Because they thought it was more polished.
Okay.
But I didn't allow that to overcome me. I embraced who I was. And, of course, moving to Miami, I didn't really have many options. It's hot. It's hot here.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm from Houston, Texas. I know about humidity now. Miami is that's like a vacation down there. Houston got humidity on lock. At least you got that cool breeze of the Caribbean coming at you across the state. You got that heat coming out that Gulf. But I really I have 6 sisters, and so I'm very familiar with hairstyles, and I have a single daughter, and so she doesn't wear braids. She said, my head's not shaped for braids, which is true. Everybody's head not shaped for braids. Just to let y'all know that. And she reminded me several times when I told her, "Babe, why don't you try braids?" Dad, that's not my head. Okay, so she went and got and said, "See, I am not a braids person." I said, "I'm sorry, baby. I won't ever ask you to wear braids again." And so, but there are an industry out there of natural hair. When we come back, we're going to talk about, I'm going to ask some more questions about empowering yourself through entrepreneurship. We talked about the experience of being an entrepreneur, making a difference in the community, and her future goals and expansion. Don't go nowhere. We're talking to Kiana Pearson's Tress Clean. That's TRESS Clean is the name of her product, and we're going to learn more about her being an entrepreneur, because I want you to understand that you have a dream. You might be sitting on it. if you listen to how she created her dream, you might be the next person I interview on Money Making Conversation Masterclass. I tell them that it's a journey. It's a conversation with people who are dreamers, people who had an idea and pushed aside people who told them they couldn't accomplish that task, pushed aside naysayers, pushed aside people who didn't see them as a person who can create that concept or develop that concept or push beyond that concept. That's me. Every day of my life. I pushed past no so many times as a kid. I pushed past no so many times as an adult. I've been told so many times, you're not going to accomplish that, Rashawn. It's never been done before, Rashawn. Why are you doing that, Rashawn? And so when I crack the mic and I talk to you and I interview people on this show, it's just an extension of me telling you that I am a possibility because I made it happen. I'm not an idea. I'm accomplishment. I'm not a goal. I am substance. And so when you put all those things together, Money Making Conversation Masterclass is your show. And if you're sitting around dreaming or that an idea that maybe you think can work, write it down. Get with somebody and run it past them that you trust. Not somebody who a naysayer. There's a lot of people out there tell you what you can't do. A lot of people out there tell you, shoot down your ideas, don't believe in you, that'll never work. Who do you think you are? Where you gonna get the money? Who gonna buy it? Oh, that's easy to come out of somebody's mouth. What is hard to come out of people's mouth is, go for it. What do you need from me? I'll help you out. I believe in your dreams. My interview I'm having right now is that person, HBCU graduate. She just told you. She worked for people, made her uncomfortable. She wouldn't allow her to be herself. Change her hairstyle sometimes to be comfortable, make them comfortable. That means she was comfortable. So guess what? She created something called Trash Clean that not only allows her to feel comfortable in this booming natural hair care industry, but it also makes you feel good. Did I wrap you up in a nutshell right there, Kiana?
Oh, you wrapped me up in a nutshell.
Because it's so many people out there just trash clean. Who gonna buy it? What you gonna price it at? Who gonna make it? I get so sick of these people who tell you what you ain't gonna do, but don't lift a hand or a dollar to help you get to the end. Woo!
Well, that's true. And actually, I did run it past my family the moment the idea popped in my head. And I did have that moral support from them. Mm-hmm. Of course, I still had to do it on my own because my family have families of their own. So
and nothing wrong with that. I will tell you, when I started out my career as a stand-up comedian, and I used to tell the jokes to my nephew and my oldest sister. I told them jokes to them till they told me to stop telling them jokes. And I went on stage and told them the people who didn't know me, and they laughed. But I had to get my start somewhere, and I got my start from my oldest sister and her son, who is my nephew. And so you got to start somewhere. And so when I hear this product called Trash Clean, it's a journey. It's not something that, you started out to do. You don't come from a family of entrepreneurs or designers or engineers or people who got patents. You're just an idea person. And that's why it's important that I do this show for people like you, so you have a voice of reality. Now, how do they get in touch with you, or what website can they go to see your product? And if so, maybe even purchase your product.
So we have our own website. It's simple. It's trustclean.com. You can also search for Trust Clean on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you talk about this product, packaging means something. Did you have any help in the design? Now, I know you said you made it in the kitchen and all that stuff, and got it out. Where did you start bringing in the other people to get it over to Amazon, to get it on website, to get the shipping, the packaging, and all that stuff? Tell me about that whole concept, because we can't make this be a voila, okay?
Ironically, it was a voila.
Oh.
And so one of my biggest challenges is trying to do everything on my own.
Okay, you're independent.
I have literally done everything on my own. I built my own website.
Okay.
I designed my own packaging. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was my own chemist. I'm my marketer, my CFO. I'm the founder. I have done everything on my own. I literally just started advertising, which is crazy because my sales went crazy, all on word of mouth.
Wow.
And also, of course, maybe some SEO on Amazon.
Well, you're a Money Making Conversation Masterclass now, so more word of mouth. So so Rushion McDonald going to put a little push there too, because I got a lot of natural hair care people who are out there are doing it. So I'm going to take a little care. I'm going to take a little credit for that too. But that's also part of the process because so many people, they have a product and they think this like, people just going to automatically open the door. They're going to come in and start buying the food or start buying your product. You have to help putting the word out. How did you start telling people about your product?
So I created samples.
Okay.
And so I would beat the street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would go out there with my samples. I would let everyone know, who I was, exactly what the product did, how it could help them. And honestly, I just started on a whim.
Wow.
And I would have a lot of people supporting, not necessarily family itself. I did have some family support, but most of my consumers came from ironically, all over the world. We had Canada pop in. We had the UK pop in. So, like I said, although I want to say, I hired all these people, or I did this advertising, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. So right now, I'm actually in the process of hiring some people to help me. I need help now. I didn't realize my business would actually be as big as it is.
Well, I love talking to you because it's like, you're an individual. And you're the last person gonna raise your hand for help. I can tell that right now. That's your personality.
I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Ask for help. What's that?
Right. And so now you got to put that together. That how I got to scale the business. That's the next step. Scaling the business.
Exactly.
And then that's when we're gonna have you on the show in the fall because by then you're gonna, Rushion, let me tell you about my staff. Because if you want to grow something and then you don't want competition to step in front of you because you didn't scale your business, because that's what happens. People steal your ideas or steal a version of your idea and you're an original concept creator. That's what this whole business is about. But I just love the fact that's why I just love the fact you said, Rushion, I'm getting calls from all over the world about this product because guess what? This is a product that's needed that nobody ever addressed. That is what's so amazing to me.
Yeah.
Congratulations for being a dreamer.
Thank you.
I'm talking to Kiana. She's the founder of Trash Clean, the first Black woman-owned hair wipes company. She has revolutionized the scalp care with her innovative braid, lock, and scalp refreshing wipes. As we close it out, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you. Kiana, I want to tell you, I enjoyed this call. You're the most independent-minded entrepreneur person I've ever interviewed on this show, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It just lets me know that, hey, if you got an idea, don't wait on anybody. Go do it yourself. That is my calling from you, and I am blessed to have had a conversation with you. But as we close out, tell everybody about your website and your future plans for Trash Cleans.
So my website, again, is trustclean.com. You can also check out our reviews on Amazon by searching for Trust Clean. You can even check out Braid, Lock, and Scalp Refreshing Wipes, and we'll pull up. So again, my consumers, they're always in my inbox. They're always in my DM. Why can't I purchase this right now and get it? Why can't I go to Walmart? Why can't I go to my local beauty supply store? So that's our next steps so that you can actually get it when you need it. Although my customer service is pretty good. I'm out there packaging and doing everything myself, and I get them out extremely quick. So a lot of people are always so surprised at how quickly they get it. So that's exactly how you can find us. And, I am independent. I wasn't afraid to start over. My goal is to just keep going as of right now.
Cool. Thank you for coming on the show.
Day by day.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
And good luck on Trash Cleans. And I want to, as I close out the show, I want to thank everybody for listening to another edition of Money Making Conversation Masterclass hosted by me, Rushion McDonald. Thank you to my guests, as you just heard, the very independent Kiana Pearson, this show. And thank my Suli Salam, our listening audience. Now, if you want to listen to any episode, just go to moneymakingconversation.com. Our social media handle is Money Making Conversation. Join us next week. And remember to always lead with your gifts. Keep winning.
This has been another edition of Money Making Conversations Masterclass, hosted by me, Rushion McDonald. Thank you to our guests on the show today, and thank you, our listening audience. Now, if you want to listen to any episode or want to be a guest on the show, visit moneymakingconversations.com. Our social media handle is Money Making Conversation. Join us next week, and remember to always lead with your gifts. Keep winning.